And we are representing Team Ramanujan. Thank you everyone for giving us this opportunity to speak in front of you all. Our topic is recycling tech. As we all know that technology is developing as well as tech waste is also. So our topic is recycling tech. In 2020 to 2021, India processed 3.4 lakh tons of e-waste. According to CPCB, the generation of plastic waste per year is increased by 3%. And the generation of e-waste is even higher, with the waste production of total 7.1 lakh tons. In 2019 and 18, 10.14 lakh tons in 2019 to 2020. So we are here to tell people that e-waste is also a big problem for our environment. So a lot of people know about e-waste management, and most of the e-waste managements are damaging the environment. We'll talk about few of that.
Our first method is landfilling. This method includes digging massive holes in the ground, filling it with waste, and then covering it with soil. The pits are lined with clay or plastic to prevent the seepage of chemicals. However, some chemicals seep into the ground, such as cadmium, lead, and mercury, and harm our groundwater and soil also. Second method is acid bath. This includes soaking electronic circuits in powerful hydrochloric, sulfuric, and nitric acid to separate metal from electronic pathways. The metals can then be recycled and then used further. However, these strong acids need to be disposed of very properly, unless it would affect our soil and affect our environment.
The third one is integration. Is a very quick e-waste disposal method. Burning the e-waste that is really harmful. It produces a lot of toxic gases that could harm environment and humans too. And that's why we are here to tell everyone, not everyone, even ourselves, that we should get educated on this thing also, that we should not burn wires or burn these plastic materials, and we should recycle or reuse them. And reusing or refurbishing, a lot of companies are doing that. They are refurbishing the phones, not throwing them away. So we can do that in reusing and refurbishing. And recycling, as I have seen an ad of a lot of tech companies like Chrome, I have seen he has made an ad of making a face half green, half full of greenery and half full of tech waste. So I get inspired by that. So that's why I selected this topic. And I want to do that only. That we can decorate our cities, our states by that also. We can collect the artists, we can take guidance, we can make a group and make art out of that. We can make structures or make sculptures out of that, and they can represent the state also. Like we can do a lot of things by that waste, not just throwing them or leaving them on the ground or burning them or disposing them on the ground, destroying the soils, the water, because of that environment is getting harmed. So that's why I want to recycle the e-waste. Thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone.
Any questions from the audience? Any questions? Last call. Any questions? No? Over to the jury, please.
I think it's a very good area of discussion. ई-वेस्ट जो है ई-वेस्ट की काफ़ी रिसाइकलिंग की कंपनी भी हैं आज की डेट में और जो बड़ी कंपनीज है जैसे विप्रो हो गई, इन्फोसिस हो गई, जो अपने कंप्यूटर्स यूज़ करती हैं वहाँ से फिर वो ई-वेस्ट जाता है और रिसाइकल होता है. बट वन मेजर इशू दैट दिस इंडस्ट्री फेसेस इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और कलेक्शन ऑफ ई-वेस्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल आज की डेट में अगर अपना मोबाइल फ़ोन मुझे रिसाइकिल करना है So I could not find any company जो कि मेरे घर से आके जो है वो उठा के ले जाए.
Sir, I can say there's something that Amazon, Flipkart takes the old phones and refurbish it for us.
So if you look at that model, so everything has to be commercially viable. That's why, so if something is missing, let's say if I'm not able to find a company like that, then obviously that is not easily commercially viable. That's why that is not there. So that is what you need to think. Okay, wait.
I was trying to say that e-waste is also a big problem and we should manage it by creating something out of it, making ourselves creative and showing our skills too. Like a lot of artists, I've seen a lot of artists, last night I was researching about that, I've seen a lot of projects and I was really amazed because as I'm also an artist, I don't think so I have that much of skills to make, they are making they have taken motherboard and made a globe about that and I was like really amazed. So I want that we should do that in our cities also, promote our students to do that, make projects out of e-waste and that can not impact much but it can reduce e-waste in somehow.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that because that is one area where you could personally connect.
Yes sir.
कि भाई आपको डिज़ाइन पसंद है, आपको आर्टिस्ट्री पसंद है और आप उसमें से क्रिएट करके सिटी के लिए कुछ अच्छा क्रिएट कर रहे हैं या अपनी कम्युनिटी के लिए कुछ अच्छा क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. दिस इज अ वेरी गुड आइडिया बिकॉज मार्केटिंग पर्पसेस के लिए आप इसको यूज कर सकते हैं. लॉट ऑफ कंपनीज हैव CSR बजट्स, दे वुड लाइक टू डू ऑल दिस. सो दिस इज अ वेरी प्रॉमिसिंग एरिया. बट देन अगेन यू हैव टू थिंक कि इसमें कौन पैसे खर्च करना चाहिए. कंपनीज फॉर एग्जांपल दे वुड फंड यू. कैन योर लोकल गवर्नमेंट फंड यू? Can you do something else to fund it?
So we can start from a small base. We can start from the schools because school projects are smaller, and we can grow from that. And we can even make small sculptures out of e-waste and sell them on, eBay, Amazon. Everything is that we can make what we can say. We can make like this. We are on the stage, and if I have made a project, I can show to all of you and make you at least we'll try to convince you to buy them or make such projects and we'll as we know schools make us do a lot of projects.
So that's a very good idea. But don't lose your heart when you progress on this path. And try to do partnerships. जो इस एरिया में ऑलरेडी लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनके साथ पार्टनरशिप करो. उनके साथ देखो वो लोग किस एरिया में काम कर रहे हैं, या तो उनके साथ जुड़ जाओ या फिर वो काम जो वो नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे आप ऐड कर सकते हो वैल्यू. बट उनके सपोर्ट के थ्रू यू वुड बी एबल टू, जो नॉलेज है ना इस एरिया की आपको जल्दी मिल जाएगी. यू वुड बी एबल टू प्रोग्रेस मच फास्टर.
Thank you. Sir, even I would like to say something. Like in Agra, government is working a lot. Like walls पे paintings वगैरह होते हैं. So I would like to say that government can also fund us to make sculptures or these types of things to decorate our cities and our states. Like in Agra, there's what can I say? There's a road we call Sursazan. They have made a globe out of plastic bottles, and it is like really nice. I'll say. So like we reuse plastic, we can reuse e-waste also. Just I would like to say that to you.
Good. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So your idea on e-waste, I mean, it's a very important issue which needs focus. So what I get from what you have outlined is once the e-waste is already there, what to do about it. But the very basic of your idea starts that there is an alarming rate of increase of e-waste.
Yes.
So is there something that you think about that how to reduce e-waste? What you're talking about is once that is already there, how can one use, recycle it in different ways? Because, let me just complete. So what I want to know is that what is your idea with regard to, because see, when you are talking about at school level, you're talking about community level, what is it that you can do? Because what you were talking about is having partnerships with regard to how to use it. But what is your idea with regard how you should reduce e-waste?
By refurbishing and I think refurbishing is the best thing I can say because like old television, old phones, old laptops can be refurbished and they can be given to the charity also. So the people who need them can use them because some of us are very grateful that we have everything that if we broke a phone we don't have to look for people's face ki someone will come, our parents are there for us, but some people are not that lucky, so we can refurbish that old phone and give it to the charity that can reduce e-waste also, like we can refurbish televisions, radios, etc. We can refurbish and donate that thing that could be used in many ways, like children, those who don't have them can use them wisely, I would say.
So exactly what I am saying is, you are talking about refurbishment. See, earlier what used to happen was, if any of our electronic, which was there in our house, it used to go bad, we used to get it repaired, and we were using it. I think what we were doing earlier is something that needs to come back again, because ultimately, it is not about giving it to somebody else. It is about using it for ourselves, if it is possible to do. I think your idea of refurbishment also should have an inbuilt thing of raising awareness that we should first try that can we repair it and use it ourselves, and then when we can't, then that's the next level of doing, because refurbishment is something that companies are involved in doing which you cannot. So that the shop that used, the electronic shop that used to be there in the corner of our markets, where we used to get it repaired. I think that is an idea of awareness that needs to come back, and I think you all at because at the school level is something that you can bring that back.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wise words.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Anand, for that.